All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second. Who was on top?
It wasn't a top. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up on him. It was in there.
Child, is Brother Bilal still walking freely after he made those statements? They said Will was sitting pretty, bent over on the couch, and getting served up like the Sunday brunch, and that Jada knew about it? Child, it's really reminding me of that one Janet Jackson scene.
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
They also said Will and Jada are not just Hollywood royalty, but also witchy seduction specialists. They cast spells, cook up love potions, and make men fall head over heels. The crazy thing is that there are different sources confirming the same claims, which is almost making the fans 100% want to believe Bilal. Well, Bilal said he saw Dwayne bending Will over like a yoga instructor. And just in case you're wondering if it's the same Dwayne who's got the husband snatcher's reputation, honey, it's him, Dwayne Martin. Do y'all remember when Lisa Ray was out here sobbing like a soap opera, spilling all the tea about how Dwayne snatched her husband from under her nose?
To be quite honest, then he became friends with Dwayne Martin, which used to be one of my friends on All of Us. And when I introduced them, that was one of the worst things I ever did.
She went on saying,
somehow within that relationship, I lost my husband to Dwayne Martin, and they became better friends than what me and my husband did, and I couldn't understand that for the love of God.
So, do we go ahead to believe Bilal, considering Dwayne's track record in these streets? Baby, Dwayne's ex-wife said it herself, or could that be some made-up mess? I can also remember seeing items like this on the internet. Will Smith and Dwayne Martin spotted together in Trinidad and Miami. Some suspect bromance. Will Smith spent a week partying in Trinidad with Dwayne Martin and this random John. Now, I'm not saying it's the gospel truth, but when people who don't know each other are saying the same thing, then there might be some fire around the smoke. Just like that one person said, wow, Dwayne has a horrible reputation. Everyone can't be lying. Child, for real though, even a preschooler can do the math. Now, there's also this tea about Mark Anthony creeping with Jada behind Jennifer Lopez's back, which Brother Bilal talked about. He claimed that Jada and Mark Anthony had a romantic relationship on the set of the show Hawthorne. And Will was supposedly okay with Jada and Mark's little thing, but when he walked in on them getting cozy on the couch, that's when all hell broke loose. That's when he realized he'd been disrespected. According to Brother Bilal, Will was straight up devastated when he found out about Jada and Maxine, and it even had him thinking about harming himself. But allegedly, he got over it because they both are used to having different partners. Bilal also claimed this affair is what prompted Mark Anthony's divorce from Jennifer Lopez. Y'all, I didn't forget the part Bilal mentioned. Will and Jada organized parties in their house and exchanged partners during these parties. Now, Jaguar Wright coming out to say the same thing would suddenly make you want to question the entire relationship of Will and Jada.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Now, let me tell you, we know about the whole August and Jada entanglement situation. As a matter of fact, we know August enjoyed what he had with Jada. I mean, he enjoyed every bit of it because he talked about it on the show and even said Will blessed him.
He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it.
Bilal also talked about what makes these men give themselves to it. He mentioned the Scientology church Will and Jada belong to, which is more like a cult, saying they recruit people and get them a book.
So the Celebrity Center is called the Scientology Center.
Yes. Yeah, but it's owned by the Church of Scientology.
Okay.
Which I have a whole chapter in the book about, because Jada went in on that as well as Will. And that was the sickest sickest display of behavior I've ever saw.
Give me some examples.
So all right, so we get back, even though I didn't go to Scientology Center, Will would, have these little events at his house. But you have people from the church and Scientology there are trying to recruit people to get into Scientology. Then Will would give all these books to people. I believe the book was Dianetics or something like that.
Yeah.
And some different other ones.
I read that book when I
Okay.
was doing research years ago on
Okay.
Scientology. Never was interested in it, but I've always been fascinated with
I did read the book. I did read the book.
That's some bullshit.
Yes, yeah. And if you read it, you can be like, this is a cult.
Honey, what Bilal said here got some peeps wondering if it's witchcraft or just some plain wilding out. And they wondering if the peeps involved in it are just under some love spell or something. Because it's not just one or two alleged accidental entanglements, but a whole web of willing participants. But for real, isn't Bilal keeping us in some serious skepticism? These claims against Will and Jada are too serious to be dismissed. But let's not forget, Jada Pinkett had responded in an interview. Even though that was the first time ever the Will family would come out to respond to any allegations, and sources said the response was prompt, 8 hours after Bilal spilled the tea on Tasha K's show.
And let me just say this. It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. So that's actionable. So we're going to roll with that.
So Jada said the reason why Bilal was doing all that is because of some business rift they had and that they're going to take legal action. But ever since Brother Bilal spilled the tea, he has been breathing fine. He's walking around unscathed, making us think Smith's reputation wasn't as lethal as we thought. We haven't seen any petitions filed against him, no court cases, no nothing. Instead, he's here now saying he got some more tea to spill with receipts. Receipts? Child, I've really got my eyes glued on the internet, honestly. I can't wait because this man seems so confident in talking like he's really got some backups. Because even after Jada said they were going to sue him, his response was,
Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You did not sue me. You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks. So, Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names.
a fan said, when somebody strongly says sue me, you best believe they packing receipts. Another fan said, I believe him and she may have done some voodoo. And this fan went deep saying, the Smith children were interviewed about their life growing up with Will and Jada as parents. You remember the parents did not believe in discipline or boundaries for their kids? The kids made their own decisions. The kids said that did not bother them. What really upset them was going into their parents' rooms and not knowing who would be in the bed with their parents. Each parent had different partners and that would hurt the children. At that time, Will and Jada slept in different bedrooms. Now, all of these were seen, and the fact that Brother Bilal is still in touch is kind of justifying these claims against Will and Jada being swingers and belong to a cult of seducing men. Well, we still got people taking these claims with a grain of salt, but at the same time, the streets are waiting for Will and Jada to make that move, because if they don't, it's gonna look like Bilal was telling the truth. Child, Will and Jada better get to work. But do y'all think everything Brother Bilal has been saying about Will and Jada is accurate? I'm gonna be in the comments reading your thoughts.